Today we are going to see the remaining portion in nutrition in animals. So in today's session we are going to discuss about the absorption, assimilation, digestion and overall mechanism which takes place in our human body. So before moving on to the exact content, let us have a recap of previous video. In the previous video we have learnt about the ingestion, digestion in mouth, digestion in stomach, and so after the digestion in stomach, the partially digested food is passed to the small intestine, which has three parts: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Therefore, in small intestine, the complete digestion of food takes place and finally it is converted to a simple molecule. Why the food must be digested? So here we can learn about this. You can observe this figure 1. It is divided into two compartments. One is intestine and the other compartment is about the blood. So if you observe this figure 1, the food which is present in the intestine is initially it is a partially digested molecule, and in you can observe in figure 2 that the enzyme secreted in intestine will react with the partially digested food, and in figure 3 you can observe it is converted to a simple molecule so that it is easily absorbed through the inner intestinal wall and it passes to the bloodstream. From this we can come to the conclusion that only the simple molecule can be absorbed by the walls of the intestine. About the absorption of simple molecules, so you know already about the macromolecules such as fat, starch and protein. So upon digestion it is converted to the respective simple compounds. Say for example fatty acid and glycerol, it is absorbed by the lymph, and whereas the glucose and amino acid is absorbed by the blood capillaries. Next, how it is absorbed? With the help of a finger-like projection which is present inside the small intestine. So we in human body, thousands of villi is present in the inner surface of the small intestine, which increase the surface area. As a result of increase in surface area, the absorption also increases, and as a result the blood capillaries which is present inside the villi is responsible for the absorption of glucose and amino acid, whereas a lymphatic vessel which is present in the center of the villi is responsible for the absorption of fatty acid and glycerol. Moving on to the next topic, assimilation of simple substances. Here the simple substances are absorbed and it is assimilated to different cell in our body, and in this you can observe in the simple diagram showing that the simple molecule which is produced by the digestive system, it is absorbed by the blood and through the circulatory system it is transported to the respective body cell where it is utilized, and this process of utilization of simple molecule is called as assimilation process. You can observe this figure. Here the food is ingested and it is digested and it is absorbed and it is assimilated to the target site. The target site is liver, where all the metabolic reaction takes place. So it acts as a chemical factory of our of the human system. So the simple molecule which enter the liver has two main mode of action. So let us learn about it. So about the mode of action in liver, we are, as I said earlier, we have two mode of action. The first one is the simple substance which enter the liver. It built one another. They get built to form a complex substance. Say for example amino acid, it built upon one another to form a complex protein. The second action is about the energy production. Here the glucose which enter the liver, it is oxidized with the help of oxygen that is obtained by breathing process, and the glucose is further broken down to liberate carbon dioxide. As a result of glucose oxidation, energy is produced. Here the energy will be in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Here one glucose molecule will produce 38 molecule of ATP. This mechanism you will study in higher classes. So next process is about the digestion. The undigested food is removed by the anus, and which is done with the help of a large intestine, and it is a wider and shorter than small intestine, and it is about 1.5 meter long. About the function of large intestine, it has a colon, and this colon will absorb the water and some salts from the undigested food material, and the remaining waste passes to the rectum and remains there as a semi-solid feces. The fecal matter is removed through the anus area, and this process of ejecting the waste product is called as egestion. Moving on to the last topic, overall mechanism, we human body follow the Holozoic mode of nutrition. That is, we follow ingestion, followed by digestion, followed by absorption, then assimilation and egestion. So ingestion is nothing but the intake of food. Digestion is nothing but the complex substance is converted to a simple substance, that is in the mouth only the digestion of starch takes place, whereas in esophagus no digestion takes place, whereas in stomach only the digestion of protein takes place, whereas in small intestine the digestion of all the three macromolecule takes place. After which the simple molecule is absorbed and it is assimilated and utilized in the target cell. As a result, energy is produced. So which only the nutrient which is intaken by the human body will produce the energy. As a result, the waste is ejected by the egestion process. Hope you understood, children. Thank you.